Hey y'all, it's Sydney Screams, and today's video is brought to you by Uberrime. I personally love Uberrime for a lot of reasons, but they actually design a few of my wife's and my favorite sex toys, which I'm really excited because today's review, I've added it to my favorites list. This is the Dulce Dual Density Dildo by Uberrime, which is also available as a single density. And this thing is so good. It's so good. When I'm picking out toys with Uberrime, they have so many toys in their catalog that one of the things that I like to do is sort by best selling and see if the top selling or lowest selling are of interest to me. And that's what I did with the dual density dildos. I sorted them by top selling, and that's how I found Dulce. And I was really disappointed to see Dulce at the bottom of the bestsellers list because I didn't look until after I had thoroughly tested this dildo. And so, I'm writing my review a month or two or however long ago, and I'm just like, this is a really good dick. Why isn't this about her selling dick? It's so good. It's not a bestseller, but it should be because this thing is freaking great. Ugh, it's great. So a few of the reasons I love Uberrime, they're based in my hometown of Orlando, Florida. They're always very generous with their donations to SWADE, which is a mutual aid organization that I volunteer for. Yes, even here in the Netherlands, I volunteer for them. They're based in the US, and we provide harm reduction supplies and microgrants to sex workers in need all over the US. And so Uberrime is very generous. They send us a lot of free product that we use to raffle off at our annual clothing swaps to help us raise money to fund those microgrants, to fund our harm reduction supplies. They're great. They're great. They're great. And of course, another reason I love them is because they make a lot of dildos that are fantastic. And Dulce is one of them. So let's get to it, shall we? Because you probably want to know why I love this dildo so much. So it's made with platinum pure silicone, which means it can be fully sanitized because it's non-porous. It is a body-safe material that is hypoallergenic, and with platinum pure silicone, it can be properly disinfected or sanitized. Unlike other materials like TPE or jelly or something like that, they cannot be fully sanitized. So platinum pure silicone, glass, and stainless steel are the best ways to go if you're looking for something that can be fully sanitized, that is 100% body safe. Glass, platinum pure silicone, stainless steel. That's it. That's it. That's it. Anyway, so because it's easy, or because it's platinum pure silicone, it's super easy to clean. All you need is your favorite soap. It needs to be antibacterial and unscented, and you do not need to use a toy cleaner. You can literally just use a dish soap or a hand soap as long as it's antibacterial and unscented. Something like Dawn dish soap or Seventh Generation are really popular for a reason, because perfect for cleaning this. To sanitize a dildo, however, you've got a few different options. First, you can soak it in a bleach mixture, which is 10% bleach, 90% water. You soak it for about 10 minutes. Then you rinse it off. Good to go. Your second option is to boil it in water for 10 minutes using a silicone spatula or spoon or something to make sure it's not resting up against the sides or the bottom of the pot. You can run this through the dishwasher on a sanitized setting without detergent, no detergent. Or you can freaking put this in the damn oven. You preheat your oven to 350 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius. You put this on a baking tray flat like that, and then you bake it for about 10 minutes. And wow, 4 different ways that you can sanitize your platinum pure silicone toys. Incredible. Incredible. So, Dulce. Dulce. This is such a beautiful dildo. It is a dual density, however, it is also available as a single density. So Uberrime does have one of the firmer dual densities out there. You can really feel the softness of it at the tip. However, the firm core is pretty firm while still having a decent amount of bend. Or movement, or however you want to put it. But that squish is just, That's a nice squish, y'all. I really, really like dual density dildos. For me, they're the closest thing to the real thing that I can get in silicone form. When you are getting this as a custom dildo, either a single density or dual density, you can pick between 1 and 3 colors. I picked vivid pink and luster black. I wanted a nice little ombre-ish fade, if you will. However, if you are doing multiple colors, they do warn you, especially with dual density, that most of the first color will kind of pool at the top, and then other colors may not fade or move the same way that they do in like a single density toy. So just a word of caution to look out for that. But yeah, you can choose 1 to 3 colors, and it's just so pretty. It's so pretty. Even the butt is pretty. Look at that butt, okay? That's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Sorry. But you can pick 1 to 3 different colors. They do have 3 different realistic skin tone colors available if you prefer a skin tone, because this is technically a realistic dildo. However, I like realistic dildos that are in not realistic colors, because why not? Why not? I like having fun colors. It's an uncut dildo, which if you've been here long, you know that I love me some uncut dildos. But the best part of this is this little bit of curve going on towards the top there, because it's got that nice bulbous head. It's got that nice curve. It is amazing for G-spot stimulation or prostate stimulation. However, my size queen wife said that this was too small for her, so she didn't want to try it anally. So I can't actually tell you that it is verified good for prostate, but it would be good for prostate because of the curve, because of the bulbous head. Like, if it's great for G-spot, it's probably great for prostate as well. And it's got a big enough flared base that you can use this safely for anal stimulation or in a strap-on harness. Dulce is only available in 1 size, unfortunately. However, it's like your average size penis. It's not huge, but it's not small either. It's got a total length of 6.25 inches or 15.875 centimeters. A usable length, so from the top of the base up, of 5.5 inches or 13.97 centimeters. A head diameter of 1.7 inches or 4.318 centimeters, a head circumference, so all the way around, of 5.38 inches or 13.665 centimeters, a shaft diameter of 1.51 inches or 3.835 centimeters, and a shaft circumference of 4.75 inches or 12.06 centimeters. And speaking of strap-on, this is compatible. You'll want to use a 1.75 inch or 4.445 centimeter O-ring with this. That'll get it around the head, around the shaft, and still have space for the little fasteners if you're using like a strappy harness that doesn't have like a built-in O-ring, and you need the little wraps that go around the O-ring itself. That'll work with that. Okay. This is really, really good. I like to try all the toys that I test, like in as many ways as I possibly can, right? This is too big for me to try anally because I'm not there yet. That's a big head, and I'm just not there. However, I did try this vaginally while something else was in my ass. Gorgeous. I tried this cock warming. Gorgeous. Literally every way that I tried Dulce was perfect. All of it. And I don't get to say that very much with dildos because sometimes they're better for thrusting. Sometimes they're better for cock warming. Sometimes they're good for strap-on. Sometimes they're not. But every way that I tested this was good. Genuinely good. In fact, since I wrote the original review of this, like, I've continued to use it because I like it that much. It's also not terribly different in size from my real life Boy Toys size, so it's nice for me for that reason too. There are some realistic veins on there. Hopefully you can see, I know I chose like the worst colors possible for showing texture on camera here. I'm sorry. But there is a little bit of texture going on. It is primarily vertical texture like veins. However, there are some very, very, very faint skin lines that run around the shaft as well. I did not really notice them. They are kind of noticeable just running your finger over it. However, in use, I really did not notice them. Excuse me. I also didn't notice them in the pictures, and so when this arrived, at first I was like, are those 3D printing lines? No, they're not. They're literally just skin lines, which is great. Not a problem at all for me. I like skin textures. I like textures on my dildos. Usually I'm opting for a textured dildo over an untextured dildo just because smooth is nice for some people. Yes. But seriously, every way I tried this, whether it was on the receiving end of a strap-on, whether someone was hand pumping it into me, whether I was using it for thrusting into myself, whether I was just inserting it and then using a vibrator or some other toy on my clitoris, it was great in every way that I used it. I did also try it during double penetration, which was really good, especially like when this had a little bit more movement to it. When it was just sitting there for DP, it didn't give me that G-spot stim that I really wanted from this particular model. However, I still really, really, really enjoyed it. It's a nice little dick. It's fantastic. And it's not even that little, I don't think. Maybe I'm crazy, but to me, this is like literally average American size. I don't know. But for me, fantastic. I really like the dual density. It's got that nice squish. If you choose to get a single density, you have multiple firmness options available to you. If you do not know what that means, I have an entire video that is literally me just in front of the camera, squishing, squeezing, shaking, all of that so that you can better understand what different firmnesses look like on different toys. And I, at some point, will have to do another one because, of course, there are now more toys in my life. Oh my God. But I really like this. I really like Uberrime. They are a fantastic company. They're very LGBTQIA friendly. They're great. They're great. They've got a number of queer and trans employees. They're based in Orlando, Florida. Like, they're fantastic. Fantastico. But yeah, I really like it. I really, really do like it. I didn't get to strap on top with it because, like I said, my wife was like, no, thank you. That's too small for me. You know, she's size royalty. But she did put it in her harness to use on me and said that it handled really well. Obviously, I liked the curve pointing towards my belly button because that's the direction your G-spot is located in. But yeah, this was really great. I do really like it. It's been used a lot, even since my original review, just because it is incredibly comfortable. I love the dual density. Seriously, like a dual density is just, in my opinion, top tier. If you want something that is as close to realistic as possible, dual density is the way to go. But yeah, it's so nice. It's so nice. I would love to see this move up on the bestsellers list because Dulce is a really nice dildo. And even though it is a realistic design, I really like that you can get it in non-realistic colors because I think something like this is really good for people who don't love realistic toys but want that really good, intense dual density, intense G-spot stimulation. This is fantastic. And in pink and black, you can tell it's realistic, kind of, but you may not notice it right at first. And so I think if you choose a fun color like this, or fun colors like this, then it kind of, at least for me, bypasses that sort of uncanny valley that some realistic dildos go into for me. But yeah, that's me. That's me. Oh, another thing, this is not a suction cup toy. As you can see, it's very shallow there. There is a tiny, itty bitty little bit of a lip. It was enough that I was able to actually like suction this to a few different things. I was very surprised by it, to be honest, because that's not a suction cup base. However, they did not trim the base, which I'm very okay with, for the record, because sometimes when you trim a base, it just looks, you can tell that it's been cut, right? You can tell. But with this, I was able to suction it onto like the body dock thigh harness that I have. I was able to suction it against like a wall, a drawer. I put it on my dresser drawer and like stuck it there, and then I was able to pull and push and just use the dildo to open and close the drawer. So it's not a suction cup, but it kind of is. So yeah, that is the Dulce Dual Density by Uberrime. Again, it is also available as a single density dildo. I just really love dual densities. Uberrime does dual densities really, really well. One of my other favorite dildos from them is the Splendid Dildo, which is also a very good G-spot dildo or prostate dildo. It is one of my wife's favorite go-to dildos. It's nice and thick. It's got a super bulbous head. It's fantastic for G-spot and P-spot. And honestly, for me, Dulce has just been added to my list of favorite toys. And of course, it's from Uberrime because they just keep making my favorites. They make really good dildos, y'all. Really good dildos and other sex toys. I do have other toys from them, but anyway. Thank you so much to Uberrime for sending me the Dulce to review. I really, really love this dildo. I think it's a really well-made dildo. I love the dual density. I love the realistic feel. I like that it is realistic in shape, but not in color. So please be sure to check them out. I will drop my affiliate link in the description below. Again, I really appreciate when you use my affiliate link because I literally just reinvest all of that money right back into running my website, which is all about toy reviews, and buying more toys to review that help you better find what will or will not work for you. So yeah. Check it out. I really do recommend the Dulce. It is a fantastic model, despite it being at the bottom of the bestsellers list. It is worthy of being higher up that list. Check it out. I really like it. I really, really like it. Please use my affiliate link to shop, and I will see you next time. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video. Let me know what questions you've got about Uberrime, about Dulce, about any of their dildos, and I will happily do my best to answer. I'll see you next time for more Sydney Talks Toys.